Good evening, class, and the Honorable Miss Devinta. So, my name is Dr. Satrio Amirullah. I'm your guest lecturer for today's history class. So, we're going to talk about history what if. Just like a movie What If, history what if is an alternate universe from the real history. It's like what happened if that certain moment happened, not like the real one. So we have an alternate universe from that history. So on today's history, what if we're gonna talk about Adolf Hitler? So that's why it's called Adolf Hitler Edition. Just in case you didn't know what is history, it's like a common and basic thing of college students. So we're gonna hit the history one-on-one. So what is history? History, a noun, of course, is the past event connected with the development of a particular place, subject, etc. So history is history, okay? Not history. There is no O, just like history, quick history. Good. So just like the explanation, history is something in the past, a moment in the past where connected to the future, or history, I'm sorry, like a blueprint of future. So we're gonna talk about history a lot on this occasion, but enough with the explanation. So we're gonna hit Adolf Hitler. Who is Adolf Hitler? For the one who love history, you might already know who is Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler is like the superstar of history because he conducts something that may cause a lot in humankind history. So who is he? So who is Hitler? Adolf Hitler, also known as Adolf Hitler, was born in Braunau in Austria on April 20, 1889, and died on April 30, 1945 in Feuerbunker, Berlin, Germany. He reportedly to be the evil who ever walked upon mankind. So just like I said, Adolf Hitler is the one who started the Second World War. If you see the history of human mankind, World War II is the costliest ever war in human history. There is a lot of people died, so many losses of money, project, and stuff. So that's why Hitler considered as an evil that ever walked upon mankind. So because he is the one who conducted the Second World War, and maybe the blueprint of Second World War is on his mind. Another quick fun fact that Hitler died on April 30, 1945 in one of his bunker. He commit suicide by shot himself on the head. But he didn't do it alone. He committed suicide with his, wife, Eva Braun, that recently being married 40 hours before they both, the couple commit suicide together. But slightly different with Hitler. Eva Braun, the wife, commit suicide by eating the cyanide pill. And after the couple died, after their suicide, the officer of Nazi burned the corpse, so both on Soviet and American soldier cannot find the remain of Hitler. So today we're gonna talk about the what if of Adolf Hitler. I already explained that what is the cause of Hitler doing so many loss, so many dead body because of Hitler, so many killing, so many slaughter, genocide because of Hitler. So we're gonna talk about a certain moment where that thing may not happen because of Hitler changed his mind, or simply Hitler didn't exist. So you probably think that the first explanation is Hitler, we are gonna kill the Hitler's parent or Hitler's baby Hitler's, but that kind of thing is, I don't like that kind of thing. That was a story tale. It's kind of fancy tale. I'm sorry, a fantasy tale where you have a time machine and you go back in time and shot Hitler in the head before he even reached a teenager. But we're gonna talk about the real deal. This is something that really happened in the past that really, real. So this thing is not a fancy tale or a tale. I didn't make this thing up. So this is quite a real deal. So we're gonna jump into the first thing, that what if. So the first moment of Hitler's life is his father affair, circa 1873 to 1885. So Alois Hitler married Clara Pols. So Alois Hitler is Adolf Hitler's father, and Clara Pols, also known as Clara Hitler, is the Hitler's mother in 1885. Before finally had a young healthy boy in 1889 named Adolf Hitler. So just like what I'm saying before. Yet that moment might not happen if Alois, the father of Hitler, was a loyal man and never have an affair with his previous wife, Anna Glasshorrer and Franziska Fanny Masselberg. So I'm a little bit do some typo. Instead of use if Alois Hitler, I use if Alois father. I'm sorry, that's quite typo, but I do believe that if you pay attention of my presentation, you know that was a typo. So carry on. So this is the explanation. Hitler might not born in 1889 if Alois Hitler never have an affair of Anna and Fanny. But some of you maybe think that Dr. Satrio, you are wrong. Alois Hitler is just fine to marry Clara Post because Anna and Fanny died. Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that Anna and Fanny died before Alois married Clara Post. That might be a right thing to do for Alois because Anna and Fanny, his previous wife, died. So it's okay for a man to marry another woman if his wife is already dead. But in this case, yeah, Alois Hitler have an affair with Fanny, the second wife, before Anna Glasshorrer is died. So when Anna's sick, really sick, Alois have an affair with Fanny. So instead of being on the side of Anna, Alois take this opportunity to have an affair with Fanny, that later on Fanny have a child with Alois Hitler before Anna is finally died. So after they have an affair, Fanny have a child of Alois. Alois married Fanny after that. So when Fanny gets sick, Alois Hitler have his attention to the housekeeper of Fanny is Clara Pols. After Fanny gets sick and die, Alois Hitler have an affair with Clara. So you see what I'm saying here? There's 3 chances that Hitler might not be born. So if Anna Glass never have sick and die, Hitler may be not born. Second, if Fanny never sick and die, Hitler was never born. And last, yeah, last is not counted, but just two of these. So Anna and Fanny. But that was kind of, it might happen because yeah, love, and people can stop by love. You might, you can have another wife if your wife is already dead. So that was okay, I think, back then. But yeah, it might not happen if Alois Hitler was a loyal man. It's like, I don't want to marry another woman after my wife, not my lovely wife is died. So I don't want to be another woman husband. So I'm gonna keep it single until I die. So if that thing happened, Hitler may be not born and World War II will be never exist. So the second thing, river accident, circa 1894. When Hitler was a 4-year-old kid, he almost drowned in the Germany countryside river before a young priest named Max Tremel saved Hitler's life by jumping directly to the icy river to save the future dictators. So who knows that when Hitler was a 4-year-old kid, he played nearby in Bavarian. He played on, side of river, an icy river back then. So when he played around that, he slipped and he, falling down to the river. Nearby there is a church. When Max Tremel, the young priest, saw the little boy drowning because actually Hitler cannot see well and he cannot even swim. So Max Tremel, without further ado and without thinking that Hitler might be the greatest ruthless and warlord in the history, so he jumped into and saved the young Hitler. There is this story have recently being viral in internet because it's kind of funny. I recently saw it on the TikTok where jokes about a young priest save a young dictator. So this kind of thing is actually happened, folks. Okay, the third one, Edmund passed away. For you didn't know, Edmund Hitler was Hitler's little brother. So Alois and Clara Pols have another child, not just Hitler, but there's also Edmund, Hitler's little brother. So he loved him so much that when a 6-year-old Edmund was died due to measles around 1900, it shocked 10-year-old Hitler to the core, and he completely changed forever. Many sources believe this tragedy was the blueprint of his ruthless and dark side. For you didn't know, Hitler actually a brilliant and smart boy back on his elementary school. He have a good voice. He also joined a church choir. But when Edmund died, when Hitler was 10 years old, it's really shocked his head, shocked his mind to the core, and changed it. And he become a dark man, and his grade start falling down. He become an passive on church choir. He's starting to have a bad behavior on school, even caught smoking by his teacher. Another thing that make it worse that when Edmund died, Edmund buried in a cemetery just across the Hitler house. So like Hitler can see his brother every time because the cemetery just like in front of, across his house. So Hitler considered cannot mourn properly. So sometimes Hitler, when night comes, Hitler used to walk to the cemetery and talk to the graveyard of his brother and staring at the star of the gate. I'm sorry, not the gate, but the fence of cemetery. So it's kind of be dark and also weird for Hitler back then. So this is the third option. I'm sorry, not the third option, but it's actually this is the third moment when World War II might not happen. Okay, are you still listening? Okay, we're gonna quick review around here. So, okay, I'm maybe a doctor at history, but I still learning here. If you have an opinion and if you have something you want to tell me, if you want interesting in this history, so you can just like comment below if you have some thought or you want to hear me explaining something else. Okay, carry on. This is the fourth one. Vienna Art School, Circa, 1907. So when Hitler reached 17, okay, he already a teenager, he tried to enroll for Academy of Fine Arts, Vienna, Austria, before he get rejected twice because of the school board thought that Hitler's painting was nothing special. So this is the picture of young Adolf Hitler, quite handsome, but little bit deadly over here. So this is the picture of Hitler painting. You can see it like, if you think this picture was nothing special, you have your opinion. You can express your opinion back on down on my comment below. But if you think this painting is something special, a piece of art, you can also have your opinion on your comment below. So back again, this thing is considered as the greatest reason why Hitler started the Second World War, because he actually want to become an artist. Even when he talked to his father, and his father asked like, what you want to do in the future? Adolf Hitler actually said that I want to be a great artist. He loves paintings. But who knows that the one who get rejected in art school started the Second World War? Who knows, right? Who knows about it? So actually after that, there's a quick, a quick review, that is quick rumor that after the Adolf Hitler moment, Academy of Fine Art Vienna always accepting a new student. No, there is no another hard criteria after this, but they always accepting new student. Just like something they know about go wrong if they reject another student. So they didn't want to have World War III because of some student get rejected from their school. So this is the painting of Hitler, quite beautiful. For me, as a doctor and as a doctor of history, I'm sorry, I love the painting. It's like a piece of art, but I don't know what kind of academic or fine art Vienna thing about Adolf Hitler painting. It's hurt my feeling, and I don't. I actually didn't believe that this painting, because of this painting, get rejected. Adolf Hitler might start the Second World War. Okay, the last thing before Adolf Hitler finally joined the politics, Adolf Hitler joining an army. So before he joined, I'm sorry, when he joined an army, he fought in the First World War. So this is the last segment. The First World War, Chirsa, 1918. Henry Tandy. This is the picture of Henry Tandy. Just remember his face. Henry Tandy was a British private who caught Hitler inside with his rifle in Marcoing, France. Young and injured Hitler staring at Tandy with a hopeless sight, waiting Tandy to pull the trigger and end his life. But Tandy spared his life and let Hitler escape. So, if you didn't know, this story is like quite a boom also in the internet. Henry Tandy, the one who spared Hitler's life because of Hitler just got injured and young at that time. Henry Tandy looked on Hitler with his rifle. He ready to shoot. He looked at Hitler like injured. He can't even barely stand. He have several wounds on his body. He didn't bring any rifle. So Henry Tandy is trained to kill enemy inside, and he didn't pull the trigger because of he want to spare the life of that soldier. He actually didn't know that the soldier that have been saved by him is the one who caused the next period of war several 10 years later. It's actually funny but twisted history. I think if Henry Tandy knew that Hitler will be the main leader of Nazi and the one who started the Second World War, Henry Tandy will empty his rifle on Hitler. So I'm going to ask you a question. You can answer it on the comment section. What if you're on the position of Henry Tandy? Okay, this one. You didn't know who is Hitler. You didn't know what he's going to do in the future. You, on the position of Henry Tandy, you have Hitler on your aim. You have Hitler on your rifle. You just pull the trigger to end his life. But what you gonna do? You want to end his life, or you just spare like Henry Tandy? You might comment below if you're interested. So back again, on several sources say that Adolf Hitler even not to Henry Tandy to say thank you, and Henry Tandy accepted by not either, and both of them just go the different way. And several years later, Henry Tandy realized that a soldier that didn't hit shot was become a dictator of Germany. It was the last of moments. So in conclusion here, actually the Second World War might not happen if these 5 things happen. So this is the alternate universe of each of 5. So the first one is his father affair. The alternate universe is Hitler never born and there's no Second World War. Okay, the second one is the river accident. If Hitler drowned, there is no Second World War. The third one is his Edmund die. Maybe if Adolf Hitler didn't die, maybe Hitler will be a great student, and maybe sometimes he's going to be a teacher, just like me, just like Miss Devinta and all of you, the future teacher of what it is, Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris. Yes, of course, that one. And the fourth one is Vienna Art School. You maybe see if Hitler get accepted on that school, you maybe see a painting of Hitler, and you maybe see Hitler as an artist, not an evil dictator who started the Second World War. And last but this Henry Tandy. If Hitler gets shot, Henry Tandy become a hero of England, and Hitler may be a hero who died in action for Germany. So there's no Second World War, just for the First World War. So that's all the alternate universe of Adolf Hitler edition. So we're gonna end this presentation with a quote from Adolf Hitler. So society needs comes before the individual needs. So these words that make Hitler rise to the top. So he bring a society needs. He talk about he want to become a people power. He want to be the one who supported people. So he talked about like society needs come before the individual needs. So he always think about society. He's always think about the masses. So that's why he raised power really, really, really quick. So this is the one who supposed to be heard by our government up there that supposed to be put society needs before the individual needs. Okay, that was I'm just saying. So that's all for me. Thank you for listening, class, and thank you, Miss Devinta, for ran me the class. And see you another guys. See you another time, guys. My name is Dr. Satrio D. Amirullah. I'm saying thank you and danke. And if you want to say with me, Sieg Heil. That was the salute of Nazi Germany. I'm sorry, but you didn't allow to do that. Please don't do that. Okay. See you another time. And thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, guys.